Hello, everybody. Welcome to DG360. Thanks for joining us. Try and get here every Thursday night for our Star Citizen After Dark party. We are watching friend of the channel, Dead Leader, with a video entitled Star Citizen has officially run out of excuses. Good intro. Nice intro.
CIG have officially decided to jump a few patch numbers ahead and added the 4.0 to the release view for Q3 this year. That adds some new additions to Star Citizen, with an entire new star system to explore, engineering gameplay promising a more hands-on approach to multi-crewing and ship operation and maintenance, server meshing version 1, space cows, and a bunch of legacy system reworks amongst other things. But all of these things are dwarfed in comparison to what 4.0 actually represents. My name's Dead Leader, and welcome to my Dead Talk. On December 5th, 2022, I posted my 4th ever video on this channel entitled, "Is it okay to trust Star Citizen again?" Since they had just announced that persistent entity streaming was on its way for the following year. And many of you would likely laugh at that notion. After 10 years of broken promises and missed deadlines on pretty much every aspect of the game, people were done giving CIG the benefit of the doubt. And even since then, and including the abysmal launch of 3.18 itself, a lot of players still were upset and let down about bugs and broken mechanics that seemingly never got any attention. NPCs still stand on couches, elevators can still yeet you into other dimensions, and even now, I personally am still kind of furious about the lack of multi-crew bedlogging and meaningful diversity in component values. And it's become sort of an open joke about CIG adding tier 0 mechanics into the game only to never revisit it again to develop on it further. And as cool as finally getting another star system and space cows into the game might sound, the real reason why CIG have jumped ahead to the 4.0 release number is that for every undeveloped game mechanic or missing concept ship in the game, it's always been met with the same roadblocks. "We can't do this without X technology," or "We'd have to entirely remake this after the addition of X technology, so it's a waste of resources to fix something now if it's not entirely game-breaking, so we're not even going to address it." Which does make sense with game development, but with so many misfires and false starts with that technology actually being added to the game in the past, it doesn't mean much hearing it as an excuse being used over and over again. With Star Citizen,
It's not necessarily an excuse. It's factual. It's just the way that things are, unfortunately. And, people get frustrated about it. And, they want things done faster and they bang their head up against the wall. I'm very familiar with this cycle. A lot of people really, I think, in the end of everything, not really grasping just how big this wants to be. Like, I always call this the everything game, and this is not to give like an excuse to these issues, because Dead Leader's right in the fact that when there seems to be the introduction of a new mechanic and it is brought into the game, we all will call that tier 0. And it does seem, after it's introduced into tier 0 and we've got the inception of it, refining and like all these mechanics that come into the game, repairing and salvaging, they all come into the game. And then, he's right in the fact that when they're introduced like that, it's like, it seems as if that's it and no other work happens on it. But trust me, there are plenty of people that are working on it behind the scenes. Now, sometimes I think that how Chris has decided to organize the employees in Cloud Imperium is sloppy. I just go off of my experiences of researching this and the people that I know within Cloud Imperium, that Chris has a management style he's a creative. Like, Chris is a creative. If you really know a creative in your life, you know that creatives are dreamers that have big ideas that go around and, they are telling you, hey, this is how I perceive things to be. This is where we're going to get to. And then they talk to you in such a manner that you can envision it and you can say, yes, I love this. And then when you get to the nitty gritty of it, then you have to organize people to be put into positions to get these jobs done. And that's that from the conception, from the dreaming where Chris is at, to getting people and managing people and putting them in groups and teams to get these things done. That is where the mess is. And I am saying this as an outside observer, though. And of course, these are my opinions. So this is what I think happens in the terms of development on these tier 0 game mechanics that get introduced into the game. Again, my opinions.
4.0 coming, promising server meshing. Well, this coupled with 3.23 separating the replication layer and 3.18's persistent entity streaming and Squadron 42 becoming feature complete and having a major amount of its staff switch over to the PU development, this signifies that the last pieces required to remove all previous roadblocks in development. And you can see signs of that in a number of the other smaller additions to the 4.0 release. Transit, MFD, and mission reworks are all long-time broken aspects of Star Citizen that CIG has straight up had no intention of fixing and building upon for years, now up until this patch. And don't get me wrong, it's not to say that 4.0 will be a magical cure-all and all of a sudden things will work perfectly from then on. I'm saying it's still going to be comically broken for a long while still. But as far as excuses go, those will be gone with the wind, and we will finally be able to see clear work being done to move capital ships into the PU, Tier 0 mechanics and long forgotten missing ship functions finally advancing and being fleshed out into versions that better represent what the initial vision of Star Citizen that many of us bought into years ago was. And by all means, you can still be skeptical and rant and rave in Spectrum and in the comment section about them not being good enough or being a scam. This is still great news for you guys, because now they don't have that excuse to hide behind anymore. You can kick up a fuss, even more so, and use it as ammunition when they fail at delivering something now. And heck, without those roadblocks now, people talking about different aspects they want in the game might actually sway development now if you're loud enough. But personally, I'm just looking forward to a few things to start with. Everything won't be finished anytime soon, so I'm tempering my expectations. But things like getting more...
That's really the healthiest way to be. Like, in order for a game to be an everything game and what they're aspiring for this to be and what it has promised itself to be through our own stretch goals, through everybody voting it to get to become the everything game, that is what you have to do. You have to temper your expectations, because this will take a long time. Period. If you're getting into this, that is what you ultimately come to. You face that big wall staring you in the face saying, temper your expectations, because this is going to take a very, very long time. And that alone are why the skeptics target people that are supporting Star Citizen, that spit on the dreamers, that tell them you guys are a cult, that, you know, like all these guys that salt mine, that monetize their entire existence and channels off of basically throwing poop on dreamers, or people that they're trying to make people feel ashamed for wanting to dream so big. You know, like I said earlier tonight during our stream, it's like dreamers are the people that get the shit done, that change the world. And in terms of gaming, Star Citizen is trying to do something that has never been done before and create an MMO on a scale that has never been created, period, full stop. That is an easy target. Pretty much. That's an easy target, which is why you're going to continue to see people manipulate the narratives and steer it towards like a negative slant so that they can make money off of that, right? I'm I think Dead Leader is approaching this rationally. I think he's frustrated. And I never once thought that Dead Leader was the type of person that is like a clickbaity guy. He's never been that way, which is why I consider him a friend of the channel. Everybody has their own experiences with this, and everybody's has a right to their own opinion about this, right? My opinion is as such. I think from very early on, I realized what it is truly that this game wants to be. And I support that vision. I support having a giant MMO with huge fleet battles all simultaneously happening together with other people. And server meshing is the ultimate tech. Server meshing is the holy grail of this tech. It will change gaming completely. The tech, we watched a video with Asmongold watching the server meshing tech. I said it there and I'll say it tonight again. This will alter the industry. If they get server meshing to work the way we all envisioned it from 2013, from the very beginning, when people said you can't do that, my God, that voice is still there. That voice is still very strong. They will do that. People will throw poop on the dreamers. They will say, you can't do that. You can't do that. There's no way. This is impossible. Then they'll tell you, oh, this isn't revolutionary tech. They'll tell you, what, this is no different than any other meshing. You know, they'll tell you that it's not important. They'll throw poop on your dream. They will do it over and over again because they don't either understand the full scale of what this is trying to accomplish, or they just do it because it's something that they love to do, which is to throw salt and poop all over your dreams, right? But they told Elon that with EVs. They told Elon that with Cyberlink. They told Elon that with self-landing rockets through SpaceX. Oh, you can't have these rockets come down and land by themselves. You're fucking crazy, Elon. They called him an idiot. They still call him an idiot. Look at all the things for whether you love or hate the man, he got shit done, man. He got shit done because he dreamed it. He dreamed it and he believed in it and he kept going. And every time it failed, he kept pushing at it. And that's why I support COD Imperium. That's why I'm here in the long run with watching this. That's why I'm reporting on it. That's why I watch other people's views and I give my opinions on what it is that they're creating. That's why I've been around this long, where I've been a content creator of Star Citizen content to this point where I'm been in this game a long time. I'm not the type of dude that's like, oh, that's it, I'm done, I'm frustrated, peace out, blah, 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 blah. I had one point in time where I said, that's it, I quit. I had that moment. Moment, and it was in 2016 or 2017 area where I was like, bah, and my brain just, poof, and then I had to collect myself and realize what I already knew, which is this game is trying to be more than any other game out there. 2017, yeah, in my defense, it was a very rough year. What's up, St. Eric? Yes, Eric was around during that time. That's an understatement, buddy. That was an understatement. But I'm still here, and I had to collect myself, and I had to be like, okay, listen, I got to realize what the vision is. First off, realize what it is that you're in, and realize that it will take a long time, period. You know?
More players in the game together.
And yes, it was primarily financials as well. Sketch is right. He says you have the right to change your mind if they give you all the metric and financials you wanted. Yes, and it was primarily I wanted to see them post the profit. I remember that as well. That as well, Sketch. It was a point in time where I was like, let's see it. Let's see them manage money correctly as a business, because the business was essential, right, Sketch? We needed to see them. I thought it was important that they post profit. Everybody's like, well, DG, it's not important that they don't have to post a profit. Look at every tech company. They never post profits. Well, eventually over the span of 5-6 years, you want to see them go in the right direction. Well, it was around that time where, boom, they started posting profits. And I was like, here we go. We have ignition. They are legit. This company can survive. They survived the bear market of 2022, man. That market was boom. Sales were strong. Sales were strong. So like you got to have that component. The real life business component was really important to me as well, Sketch. So very good that you mentioned that.
More space to explore, more reliability, better server and game.
Overall, though, it's about this vision. It's about being able to keep your business model together and have people. It's not just about the money. Money is important because it keeps the people working on the vision. But the vision.
Make your dreams come true. Do it. Nothing is impossible. Do it. Make your dreams come true. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Just do it. Yes, sir. You're not gonna hate me. Yes.
I couldn't have said it any better. Vincent says, "I am the vision." That timing, bro. That timing, bro. Right. Stay on course. Stay on target. Stay on target. Stay on target. Got to.
FPS, capital ships, and actual meaningful balancing to the economy, ships, and weapons will go such a long way to making Star Citizen the game we all want it to be. So, as far as the question that I posed 2 years ago goes, is it okay to trust Star Citizen again? Well, that's something you'll have to answer for yourself, especially if you're a long-term backer holding up original design documents to every patch note. But as far as newer citizens go, looking at the past few years of development and how they've tempered their promises, I'd say yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the new announcement of 4.0. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. And as usual, my name's Dead Leader, and I'll see you in the verse.
Well, I dig Dead Leader. I think he's a rational dude, and I dig his channel. If you don't know who he is, go over there, friend of the channel. There's the link. Go tell him you saw him on DG360. I appreciate his content, and he's almost at 12,000 subscribers. So congratulations to him. He's doing a wonderful job. Let's get back to the